When we're talking about baby essentials, I think a lot of things we buy are actually more for the parents to make life easier, more comfortable, and also sometimes give us a bit free time or free hands, because in the reality baby don't need so much things. Now I'm already 5 months in postpartum with my second baby, and I can clearly see what we are truly using every day, what could have been better, and what we honestly didn't need at all. And what is interesting, compared with my first baby 8 years ago, not much have been changed, although now we have larger income and larger apartment, but actually I buy almost the same things what I bought for my first baby, although I have more opportunity to buy even more things what was suggested, because before I bought anything I also make my research. I also watch the same videos. What are you now browsing? Because I have 8 years gap between babies and I forgot a lot of things, and I was making my research to be sure what I need to buy, what is changed, what are new in the market, but I ended up with same things what I bought for my firstborn. So today I want to share with you what actually we are using, why we made these choices, because I think each parents, when they are buying some things or what things become for them essential, it's made by their choice, by their lifestyle. And so today I will share what I buy with my lifestyle for my baby. Also, this video will be part 1, where I'm sharing what essentials I buy and I'm using. Also, there will be second part with things what I bought, maybe not using, although I don't have so much of them, and also things what was suggested to buy but I didn't buy and I don't have any regrets. But that in the second video. So let's wrap this introduction and let's start actually speak about baby essentials. And let's start with the first thing what you will need after your hospital to get home with your baby. So let's speak about transportation and baby. Most of us will bring baby home by the car. Definitely need car seat because it's the safest what you can use to transport your baby. No cute bassinets, no holding baby in the hands what someone another is driving. And yes, I'm telling that because I saw a couple examples with babies who was in this way transported. You need to remember it's all about safety. No excuse to bring your baby in bassinets on the hands, only car seat. With our first daughter we actually didn't buy car seat, but we borrowed it for our friend. So we don't have car at that time, and even so far now we don't having, and I know it's rare to not having car nowadays, but somehow we're managing to live without it. So first time we borrow car seat for our friend, and some relatives was helping our to get home by the car. In this time with my second baby we decided that we will buy baby stroller 3-in-1, so what have all 3 parts included car seat, because this time we don't have any more friend what have the same age or similar baby with car seat. And also the expenses wasn't so large because we didn't buy any like huge brand. For us at this moment it was like really efficient decision. One more thing before we are moving forward, I won't suggest any brands what you might want to use, because I think everything is depending of our lifestyle, budget, preferences. What are preferring one mom and one baby might don't suit you, because here I just will overall tell what things you might like to buy, what things I'm using, and what is my essentials, what I looked when I buy it. So when you will buy some baby carriage, what also you can look to know what is important to make this decision. And if I starting to speak about baby carriage stroller, let's then speak about this, because it's the second thing what I bought. And when it comes to the baby strollers, there are so many options, beginning of how many parts do you want, how large, small, what color, what lifestyle you have, and there is a lot of details. And actually when I was looking and making my own research, and I was so confused. Personally, I didn't want to spend a lot of money to buy baby carriage, because not always all babies like baby strollers or carriage. So some of babies like to sleep there, like to go to walk and see what is going on, but some babies like they didn't like to sit there, and maybe you won't use it for a long time enough. And so for me, I definitely didn't want to spend a lot of money to buy some brand, but there was think what I was looking overall. So I have in my mind some budget what I want to spend on a baby carriage. For my first baby, we was using transformer style stroller, so it have one bottom side bassinet was transforming to seated part. For us, it was working like pretty good in the small apartment. On that time, we have one room apartment, so what was baby room, living room, our bedrooms. It really saved our space, but I didn't like it because the amortization of the wheels wasn't bad. Now with our second baby, we have 3 parts. So it have one bottom side, and it have car seat what can be attached to the stroller bottom. It have bassinet. Also it had this sitting part. Also can be transferred in the sitting or sleeping position. We made this choice because we have winter baby. So our baby was born in the winter, and in winter here are quite cold. So I wanted to have larger bassinet where I can put baby and also add additional blankets if it's like really freezing. But actually I think that those really cold days we wasn't going outside, and when it was below -10 Celsius we were staying actually at home. But I know the moms who are enjoying winter walks, and in this case I will really look at the bassinet who have larger size, because babies are growing differently. Some of them already are born larger, taller. Your baby can overgrow this bassinet pretty quick. Bassinet, it will be something what will you using while baby not sitting. So for some babies it can be till 4 months, for some till 6 months. But I'm planning to switch our bassinet to the sitting chair at 6 months, even if my baby won't sitting straight, because also it have this position of 90. No, it's not 90 degrees. I don't know how much this is degrees. 45, then still baby will have this like embryo position, and it's fine. But while she still is small, I want her to be more in this sleeping position. When you are choosing the stroller, I'm recommending you to think about few things. What is the climate where you are living, road conditions, how often you will walk, and where you will walk, because this can impact your choice. Let me explain you. In my position, when I was thinking about roller, I'm imagining each season and what's happening with our roads. So first of all, in the summer we can think that our roads are really good. In our city, some roads are like really good and smooth, and some of them not in the best quality. So here I already know that even in the summer roads not smooth. Another thing, in the winter we have snow and cold, and when we have the snow, there are some parts of the city where roads are like really good and clean, and some other parts like near to our house, then roads not so clean. That's why I knew that I really need to make attention to the wheels. In the beginning of the spring, but we still have this snow, but it's already melting. It's like really puddly weather. So I know that when I will drive with my carriage, it will be in this puddle and it will go messy. So I don't want to buy something like really light, and I want to buy something that will be clean very fast. In this situation, knowing and realizing where we will go with baby, at what roads, at what seasons, I was really looking for stroller that have large or above medium size wheels. Perfectly if they are inflated wheels. In our situation I think they not, but still they very good. And also Carriage have really good amortization. So that means if I go into the baby and road it's not perfectly straight, then I won't hear this noise. Baby won't be shaking inside, because with my first Carriage amortization was really awful, and I just was keeping some road because I know that my baby will be like shaking inside a lot and the sound will be like really loud. And also I was looking for the wheels, what the front wheels can be rotated, because there are some wheels that are like really large but first wheel not rotating. That's mean when you are going on side and you need to move on left or right side, then you will need to make all impact on your back wheels. Sometimes we want it can be like really tough, especially if your carriage is stroller are heavier. Another thing what you might consider if you have smaller apartment or if you don't have enough place where to put parts of the stroller. Also elevators, does your home have it, or also where you will place your stroller when you're not using it. And also if you have car, how much place it have in the car back, because some strollers have like really large wheels and it's hard to put them inside or the details, so they will take a lot of side, and if you have smaller car it will be harder to put there. In my situation, we are having like larger apartment now, but still we don't have like place where to put these parts of the stroller. So our seat for baby stroller now are under baby bed, baby crib. So while we're not using it's there. So when we was using what stroller to use, we was taking size of our corridor to see how much space this bottom side will fit, so we have enough space to go and freely move. So if you like me don't have elevator and you don't have the room where in your apartment place this carriage, then you might need to also check what weight are baby strollers, because some of them are really heavy. I'm moving stroller out and inside in the house in two separate parts, so first separate bottom and separately top with the baby. And without baby, stroller is like fine, it's light, but when I'm putting Olivia in the bassinet, then I can feel how it's heavier. Next thing, what are not so more essential, but I think it's more optional, but still can be used by some parents, it's baby carrier. And here you can have different options: sling with ring, backpack style, kangaroo style. So there is a lot of different of them. I will suggest you to look on the age for what this carrier is suited, because some of them can be used from newborn stage and some only when baby starts to sit. Usually there's recommendation that you can use these carriers at 6 months, those who are like more like backpacks, but if your baby not sitting, maybe it's better to use later. But also it's really depending on the suggestions. Why I'm saying this is optional, because not all children love it. With my first daughter, I had sling what was with the ring. It was given for us and she didn't like it, and also for me it wasn't comfortable. Still felt how heavy she is, and so we used it for 2 times and didn't use it anymore. With my second daughter, I also got sling. It was also given, different one. At the beginning, she didn't like it because I started to use it at her 2nd month. Till then, when I carrying her on my hands, I was using these lion on the tree pose, and she was really used to see what is outside. And when I put her first time in this sling, she didn't like it for a few times. She can't sit, tried to cry, also tried to remove from there because she was looking at me, not to outside the world. But I was using still sling for at least for the 5 minutes, couple times a week, and slowly she used to it. And now I can wear her in the sling for 15 minutes, and also these 15 minutes a day, it's like really great because I can free my hands and do some things, make me breakfast, do laundry. And also when you have these tougher moments when baby is crying and he needs you there and you are carrying baby all day, sling or these baby carriers bag, whatever you will decide to use, they can be really useful because it's much easier to baby hold in in this bag, this carrier, not in your hands all the time, because also hands start hurting and your baby will just grow and will be heavier. So I got some baby carrier what looks more like kangaroo. I once tried to put her in there, but still I'm avoiding to use it. I'm waiting when she will be sitting, and then I will feel more comfortable to put there. Also, I know that some parents not using this carrier only at home, but also way they going outside with the baby, because some parents what are having longer walk and walks when baby are sleeping and then waking up, and they still continue their walks. Then they switch baby stroller and put baby in this carrier, because for some babies, it's really hard to have this walk when they are waking in baby carrier. So they want to see what's going on inside, and then parents usually take them in their hands. And it's hard to use your stroller and also holding baby in the hands. So here, these carriers also can be really useful. But also there might be a situation that your baby don't like it. So it's really, there actually are so many things what depends on your baby. So here, if you can borrow it, borrow. If you can buy used one. So now our transportation topic is over and we can forward to the baby sleep. For the both babies, I use baby crib. Even when we was living in one room apartment and don't have so many space, we was placing crib. It was our decision because we don't want to spend money to bassinet and then after 6 or maybe more or less time switch to crib, because it will be extra expensive. So now we don't have dedicated room for our baby, so we don't have nursery, and our baby is living with us in our room, and also we not so often co-sleeping with her. So when I was buying and choosing for second time baby crib, I really know this reality. If you want that your baby will sleep in crib, you need to put him or her there. It might be really tough, especially in the beginning when you need to breastfeed your baby multiple times in the night. So even now, nursing my baby during the night, twice a night, and each time when she is crying, I'm waking up from my bed, going to her bed, taking her, then I nurse her and putting her back to sleep. In the beginning, when she was just little baby, it was like 5 times the night. It just was like really hard, but each time I repeat these movements. In the first 3 months, I think she wasn't even sleeping in the crib during the day. She was sleeping on me. We have contact naps or next to me in the bed or on the sofa, so she could sleep everywhere. And now on the day naps, I'm putting her in the crib. When she had sleep progression, we try to put this baby crib next to her bed, because one of the sides are removable, but still for me it wasn't like working. I didn't get like really good deep sleep because I was thinking that next to me is my baby. And I think in my case is the reason why the crib is working for me, because there are some parents for who is saying that crib and bassinet didn't work for them and they was co-sleeping with baby, and this was the thing what they are regretting. In my case, I'm not regretting because I'm not co-sleeping with my baby too often. I can bring her in the morning to my bed when she have this last awakening window in the morning for feeding, because then she like really fussy and have really light sleep, and I want to prolong it. And also a couple times in our sleep progression phase, I was co-sleeping with her because I was like really tired of her often awakening windows. But otherwise she's sleeping there, and it's something what I really like that we bought. Another thing what you need to think is during the day where you will place your baby. What is safe place to put during the day, especially if you don't have any help, what can hold your baby while you want to go to shower, eat breakfast, make lunch, or do whatever you need, then you need a place where you can put baby and what will be actually safe for the baby, because not always baby can be in their crib because they need to see mom, or it can be too far from you and maybe you have this anxiety that you don't see what your baby is doing, are he crying or not. Other thing, leaving your baby on the bed, it's not good idea because there is too many examples where the baby what put it on the bed and 1 second mom was looking on the other side and baby fall, and most of these cases all went good for the baby, but it's like really a huge stress amount for the mom and for baby also. So you need to have this safe place where to put baby, and the safest place is floor. So when Olivia was like really small, I was using like some blanket and I could do something another. I didn't put her on the tummy because you can't put baby on the tummy when they are just newborns and leave them alone. You can only safely put them on their back. With time, yes, you will know that you can place baby on their tummy where they can hold themselves with the hands, and then you can go to another place, but while still they are like really small, you can't do it for the baby's safety. So one of the places was the floor. At the first it was with some blanket, then came for us play mat, what we using also now at our almost 5 months. And later I also bought some softener, larger mat where she can play, because when she start roll over, she start to use more space, and also sometimes she had her head and start crying. So another thing what we bought was chair. So when we have Paula, we got like really simple chair what have more this straight back. So she was put in that one. For Olivia, we have this one, but when she's sitting, she have more this embryo pose. I start to use that one after 2 months, I think maybe even more. And also, I'm not putting her there all the time. Also, it have these placed what are for the toys. So at the beginning she didn't react to them, only she started to react of these toys at 4 months, and now she's playing. This is useful to have also this place, baby not only sitting there but also can play. Also our chair have some vibration function, but what is working with batteries, but for few times I forgot to turn it off for night and now it's not working, so I need to change batteries, but I haven't. So this function that wasn't useful for us, she wasn't using it. Overall, if you are speaking about places where you can put your baby, it is a car seat, stroller, sling, baby chairs. You need to understand that they not for long use. It doesn't mean that if you switch car seat to baby chair that you are making like huge difference, because baby need to play on the floor. It's the place where they are developing when their back gets stronger. So these carriers what you're using or place where you're putting baby, they are for those small moments where you need to do something, but it's not where your baby is sitting a long time period. Topic feeding essentials. Here I just can say that if you are breastfeeding, it's all topic close. But in reality it can like be really different, and for each mom it can look like really differently, and depending on situation or your preference on what you choose by yourself, are you want to breastfeed your baby, use bottle with breastfeed milk, or you will end up using formula. It really can depend of a lot of different things. So if you want to breastfeed 100% your baby with your breast, then it actually can be only one thing what you need. But if you want to feel yourself a bit freely, go outside and let baby with someone old breast milk what is pumped, or if your maternity leave is short and you will need to go back to the work, then you will definitely need a pump. And here you have really large choice. Your choice can also different on situation what you are. So if you are mom who will go to the work and you want to make this storage, then you definitely need to go with something what not manual but electric, because they are more efficient. And also those who are larger, they will work like better. If you want just occasionally pump because you need to left your baby alone, then also I will prepare electric one, because I think it's more comfortable that you can use. Also there's those who you can put in your bra. They are wireless. I think they're really great, but also for those who are under supplier, they might not work. So there is a lot of details, and I think you need to have your own research what to use. My choice was this Philips pump. I really like that it have this soft area, and also it's electric. Only issue what I did, I have it only in one. I didn't bought two of them, and so I can pump only one breast at a time, and this actually not so efficient for me. And also with these pumps, if you are buying them, you also need to buy some bra to not hold this pump in your head, so also you feel a bit freely during your time. So for me, yes, this Philips, it's working. I would suggest to have these two. And I didn't went with this wireless bra because they have the standard place for your nipples, and to be more efficient, especially if you are under supplier as me, then you need definitely those who have like this standard look, because then you can also buy them in the size what are your nipples. But these topics are actually like clearly large. And also if you're beginning, don't know, if you don't have milk to feed your baby, it's something what you can buy later on. It's not something what you need to buy before your baby are born, because maybe there can definitely be station but you don't have supply, or you are under supplier as me, then you will want to maybe buy something different. Other thing also, if you are breastfeeding, what I suggest you to buy some milk collector. There are different styles, one but you can put in the bra. I have that one like really cheap, and another one is like Haka. They are the most popular, and also they are great if you don't need to have pump. Also you can use this Haka to pump your breast milk. You might need them in the case if you are breastfeeding your baby. So if you know that you are real breastfeeding your baby, everything is okay, then you can buy one of these. And you will need them in those moments when you are breastfeeding your baby. You got meltdown. So my little one just wake up, so she will be with us a bit. Yeah. So why need this caca or milk collector? So when you are breastfeeding your baby with one breast, then you will have letdown on the other breast, and at that moment you can collect additional milk. So you didn't pump, that milk just coming out. I was actually really impressed when I saw while I was breastfeeding, I got 20-30 milliliters what was just going down, and I was losing that milk. So I'm really glad that I bought it, and I regret that I didn't bought it sooner. And if you will have combined feeding for your baby or just formula, then you will need additional some things, like you need to some bottle warmer that also useful for breast milk. You are freezing it or putting in the storage. So I have this one from Oven. It's working like fine for its price, but it's not something what I really 100% like, because it have its issues, like the water inside need to be the same amount what your bottle size, and also when the temperature is correct and you can give bottle for your baby, it don't have any indicator like sound. So when I was warming my breast milk or making or water for formula, I need check what is going with this light indicator. So I didn't have any light signals, and when you're holding your baby and it's crying, it's like really make you anxious. And also if you're planning to pump, then you will need some milk collectors what to put in the freezer or fridge. So but also those are like things what you can buy later, because we don't know what supply you will have in the end. So so it's something what can be on your list but bought later on in this process. And next, let's move to hygiene. For baby time, we use very simple bed support, nothing fancy. We just place a towel or blanket over it and also on the baby while washing, because not all baby like when water is attaching them, and in the first months blanket like really make this bathing more comfortable for our little baby. Also, I don't even use every special like products for water pouring. I know there are some brands what making dedicated what you can use, but I just using pouring glass, like measuring glass, so don't judge me. But when I was making bath for my daughter at first time, I remember that I need something with what pour water on her, and I just take this measuring glass, and since then we are using it. So I didn't buy anything special. But what I really suggest you to buy is thermometer. It's very hard to know what temperature can be good for the child, and also if you don't have thermometer, you need to touch water with your elbow, because it's more sensitive, because if you will use your hands are used to different temperatures and you won't feel the water how is feeling baby. But in here the best way is to use this thermometer, because it will show the easiest way it is good or bad water. For the nails, I'm using like really simple scissor. I know there are some electrical one that is more baby friendly, but for me it's like really easy while she's sleeping use these ones. But also that can be like really preference of the parent, what is easier for them to use. Diapers and diapering changing. For diapers I have only one suggestion: don't buy huge pack what includes like many packs on one brand, because you don't know will this diaper suit your baby or not. With our first daughter we was using one brand in the beginning, but then we switched to another one because she had like really red skin of that, even with all air bath what we was making. For Olivia we bought first diapers and still we using the same brand, so it really can depend. And also when you will buying some diapers, also you will see what is better work for you, what is like better with taking care of pee or blowouts, what can be. So you will figure it out what the brand you like best. Posable blanket, we are using them when we are going to our doctor appointments, when we are going outside. So I using them even home on diaper changing place. I put it on the top, and so if she have poop, then I know then this changing table won't get messy. We have these changing tables and it have this cotton blanket, but each time when I will change her diapers and it get wet or with poop, I will need to wash it, and I don't want to make this additional move or have additional these blankets to change. That's why I'm just putting on the top this pretty one blanket, this what I can just use. Also I have this one what is disposable, so if they are wet I can't wash them and reuse. But there are those who are from some materials what can be reused. So if you are more for green world, then you can definitely also buy from some better materials. It really depends, do you want to wash them or not. And also with the diapers, there also are those who you can use multiple times and just wash. Although we don't have diaper changing table, but we have where to put baby. So we have this part on what we can change diapers. So I'm using it when I'm with Olivia in this room. If we are living in the living room, there I'm using these disposable napkins, putting them on the sofa and there I'm changing her diapers, because in the first 3 months we was just living in our living room. And so when I need to change her diapers, I was changing there, and only in the nights I was using these diapers changing area. And also I like that it's forwarded straightforward for me, because I saw a lot of diapers changing areas, but also they not only for diapers but also to change outfit for your baby, but they place it on your side. And here you need to remember then each time that you are changing your baby clothes, you need to switch place. So if head was on the left side, the next time it on the right side, because you need to create this symmetry. And with this approach, what we have, I like that it's like forwarded, and so I know that for me it's easier to make this symmetry work. So what I like about this changing area, that also if you need, you can place it in the different place if you need it. So not essential at all, but let's still talk about it, because that you can buy a lot, and it's toys. If you're starting with the toys, then actually baby don't need it so much and don't need a lot. And I will talk you about few what we are using till now. But first I want to tell that baby's more interaction happening with you. So you are talking, you are making silly faces, baby will react on you and less on the toys. From the toys we have black and white cards. I was using them in the beginning, also sometimes now, but it's not what we are using on the daily basis, because for Olivia it wasn't like really exciting. For her it was more exciting when I was speaking with her, so she was reacting more on me, not on this black and white card. So here I think you can buy them because they're really good for baby focus, as they have this really large contrast, but same time don't buy like really expensive one. You can also buy something print by your own if you have this option. Other one is like really simple toys what baby can take with her hands, and also what makes some noise, so they can just track with their eyes these toys. Later they will grab this toy, also try to put their mouth. This one toy can be like really useful. Here you just need to find something really light. And also we have this one who is the ball. She's starting use it only now at her almost 5 months, so she's taking it. It's like really light, but she have issue to removing it from her hands or taking to another hand. So sometimes she don't understand to take it to one hand from another. You need to free other hand. Later on it can be used as ball just to play with her. So other thing what we have, playing mat. We are using this simple one. I will call them old school because they was before we have this Montessori one, who I think now a lot of parents having. It was our choice because our first daughter have, and she really like it. And also I don't like this Montessori because I think that they will fall on the baby, so it's like something about my preference. What I like about this mat, so it have toys in the different angles, so if she rotates she can get to another places of them, and you can also choose how higher they need to be, lower or higher. Also our have this board what is making sound. So at the first month we didn't use play mat, so it wasn't interactive from her. From the second, third month we start to use. Also at the first month she was like really exciting about songs. She really loved this board. When I put her on the mat she always was smiling and really waiting when it will make its sound. But now she not excited anymore about this sound, so it's something what when you are buying these mats you can skip. And when we was buying we was looking what toys they have. So for me it was important to have mirror because babies like really like to interact and see their face. Also something what makes sounds and what she can grab really easily. Also I really like that in our chair we have also a place where to put toys, also that these toys are removable, so I can not only use what are there but put something for, I don't know, play mat, because now it's like really useful at her age, almost 5 months, because sometimes for her it's too boring just to sit in this chair and watch what I'm doing or another people are doing in our family, but she likes to play with the toys. So I'm really glad that she have also additional in this chair this thing. Also now from her 4 months she really enjoyed this soft book, so it's something what we will using I think for the long time. From one side she now it's just putting it in the mouth. Also it makes some noise. Also in the future we can go through these animals, make some stories like colors. I think it's nurturing pillow, and yes, it is in this category play. Not for feeding, I had this pose, but I can lay down and feed my baby, and I use just pillows what we have. For playtime I was using these nurturing pillow where I put her when she have tummy time. These nurturing pillow make tummy time much easier for her. And also we have some books what are from her sister, what are we time to time reading. The last category here will be first aid kit items, and also some things what you will use for your baby body. If you're speaking about first aid kit, at first my suggestion, consult with doctor, with your pediatrician, because they will know what you need depending on the country what you are living. When we was talking with our doctor, she told that the baby don't need so much things, and actually they can use a lot of things, but we have something for the temperature in the case if her temperature will be rising, that we have, and it's the same what her sister using, and this was suggested with her doctor. You want to use the thermometer and what is not putting in body to know what temperature do baby have, but that those what are like for her nose. We have this nasal aspirator, easy to use. It's not some fancy one, so at the first it feels like really ew when you know how to use it, because one part you are putting in the baby nose and then with mouth you're taking out. It have filters, and it's something what we use for Paula and also now for the Olivia. So for us it's working really good, and also we have ocean water what we can additionally use if her nose are full. We have one cream what we are using, I think, for the everything, for her diapers, for under diaper if she have like redness skin. Also we use when she have this crack dry skin, so we was using actually Bepanthen, and it's something what we use all our family. So if I have very dry hands I will use it, if I have dry lips I will use it, and if my baby have redness under diaper I also will use it. So it's like really universal what we have. Actually I think if she don't have like really dry skin I won't buy even the lotion, because additionally for her I bought lotion, but only after she was born, because like with Paolo everything was perfect, her skin was perfect. Yes, she has some redness in the diaper area time to time, but with Olivia she was born really dry. She need additional care, and Bepanthen was like too heavy for that, and that's why I additionally bought this lotion. What also I'm using now time to time to make massage, but as I'm making this light massage for her day to day, but we taking like 2-3 times a week. I'm not using these lotions on daily basis, because baby skin are very gentle. It's not like ours when we need to put something our skin, because it will be wet, it will be too dry. So baby skin, they are more gentle. So this is the list with the things what I bought for our little girl, and what I actually also bought for our first girl 8 years ago. So the items are the same, only now we have new one, because difference between girls are 8 years. From a lot of things we just get rid of. And if you are interested in newborn clothes, what you need to buy, how much, what is the difference, then you can watch this video next when I'm changing you what I was buying for my daughter, how I actually choose them, because also this clothing topic can be really confusing. So if you need, click to that video, watch it, and see you next time. Bye.